I still remember that morning clearly. I got an urgent call from the wife of one of my former patients, Mr. Martin, 70 years old. Her voice was trembling. He was in the bathroom and suddenly collapsed. I thought he just slipped, but he wouldn't respond when I called. "I'm really scared, doctor." An hour later, I saw him in the emergency room. He was breathing but barely. His hands were cold. Sweat on his forehead. Blood pressure swinging up and down. We did a CT scan right away. No hemorrhage, no major blockage. But his symptoms were clear. He had just suffered a mild stroke, enough to knock him unconscious and drop him to the floor. Mr. Martin had always taken good care of his health. No smoking, no alcohol, clean diet, daily morning walks. No diabetes. Slightly variable blood pressure, but never bad enough to need regular medication. His family was shocked, even confused. "Doctor, he didn't have any major illness. Honestly, he's been healthier than all of us lately. How could this happen out of nowhere?" I started digging deeper, not just into his medical history, but into his recent habits. Was there anything new? Any new medications? That's when his wife remembered and handed me a bottle of supplements. A friend gave this to him. Said it's good for the blood, the brain, and keeps the mind sharp. He's only been taking it for about 3 weeks. I took the bottle and read the label carefully. It was a brain-boosting supplement containing ginkgo biloba, vitamin B6, B12, and a small amount of omega-3. At first glance, nothing seemed wrong. But when I added that to the multivitamin he'd already been taking daily and noted that he was taking it at night, right after dinner, everything made sense. Mr. Martin had been unknowingly overloading his body with ingredients that dilate blood vessels, thin the blood, and increase cerebral circulation. His body wasn't sick, but his blood vessels, like in most people over 70, had become more fragile. And just a small shift in blood flow at night when the body is resting was enough to trigger a transient ischemic attack. This time it wasn't just a little dizziness. It knocked him unconscious for several minutes. What shocked me the most wasn't the stroke itself. It was that the very supplement he thought was good for his brain became the final drop that made the cup overflow. A supplement widely promoted and trusted by older adults, but taken at the wrong dose, the wrong time, in the wrong way, led a completely healthy man to collapse in his own bathroom. And here's what's even more important, it's not just Mr. Martin. There are countless older adults, maybe even you, or someone you love, who are taking similar pills every single day. They believe they're protecting their health. Without realizing they may be quietly throwing off the delicate balance of their microcirculation. So, what exactly happened in the 20 minutes before Mr. Martin collapsed? Why do brain-boosting and circulation-enhancing pills sometimes stop blood from reaching the brain? And most importantly, what can you do to make sure you're not the next one? Right pointing finger emoji. In the next section, I'll walk you through what really happens inside the brain when blood flow changes too quickly or too slowly. Not to scare you, but so you can hold on to something far more valuable than any pill: your clarity of mind. When people think of a stroke, many imagine something terrifying, something that strikes suddenly like lightning and only happens to those with high blood pressure, heart disease, or serious diabetes. But the truth is, a stroke can happen even to those without any obvious medical conditions, and more concerning, it can begin from very small changes inside the blood flow to the brain. Imagine your brain as a massive city with thousands of small roads, alleys, and intersections. That is your brain's vascular system. To keep that city lit and running smoothly, you need blood to flow steadily, fast enough, and at the right time. In people over 60, those pipelines begin to age. Blood vessels may contract or dilate too easily. The vessel walls get thinner, and most importantly, they become extremely sensitive to any changes in blood pressure, blood thickness, or flow speed. And here is the critical point: just one substance you take in, whether a vitamin, supplement, or herbal remedy if it causes your blood to flow even slightly faster, or your vessels to dilate too much. It can throw off the balance of blood flow to your brain when it happens. A small part of your brain may not receive enough oxygen, and in just a few minutes, you might slur your speech, feel dizzy, go numb in one hand, forget what you were just thinking, experience momentary blurry vision, or even faint. Like Mr. Martin, this condition is called transient ischemic attack, commonly known as a mini-stroke. It does not cause immediate permanent damage, but if it happens repeatedly or goes unnoticed, it can lead to a full-blown stroke. So what can cause blood to flow improperly like that? A pill that causes blood vessels to dilate too much, a high dose of fish oil that thins the blood beyond normal, a B12 or B6 supplement in high doses that alters vessel metabolism, a ginkgo pill that seems to support memory but disrupts blood clotting. All of these, when used incorrectly or combined in a way that is not suitable for an aging body, can act as silent triggers. And most importantly, it is not because they are bad, it is not because they are dangerous, it is because they are often used unconsciously, repeated daily, without tracking, without understanding the body. You might be taking that pill believing, "This is how I prevent stroke," but in truth, if used incorrectly, you may be pushing your body closer to that risk each day. In the next part, I will show you 3 types of supplements that are very common among older adults, the same ones I have seen repeatedly in the medical charts of patients with recent minor strokes, and I will explain why they can disrupt brain circulation if used the wrong way, not to make you stop using them, but so you can use them with awareness and control the way you truly deserve. I know you have heard a lot about supplements that are good for the blood and the brain. Maybe you are taking one of the following every morning as part of your health routine, and yes, they can be helpful if used for the right person, at the right time, and in the right dose. But if used incorrectly, especially with a vascular system that is already sensitive after age 60, these familiar supplements can disrupt blood flow to the brain and lead to a mini stroke or mild stroke. Here are the 3 names I see most often in the charts of patients with brain circulation issues. 1. Ginkgo biloba. Good for memory but affects blood clotting. Ginkgo biloba is often advertised as improving blood circulation, boosting memory, and reducing dizziness. Sounds ideal, especially for older adults. However, ginkgo works by preventing platelets from clumping, which makes the blood slightly thinner. If you are also taking aspirin, heart medications, or fish oil, the combined effect can make your blood too thin. In addition, taking ginkgo late in the day after 5 p.m. can overly dilate your blood vessels at night, making it harder for your brain to maintain proper blood flow. Risk warning: temporary brain ischemia, morning confusion, lightheadedness, hand tremors upon waking. Recommendation: do not take ginkgo late in the day, only use it if you are not on blood thinners. Keep the dose under 120 mg per day, split between morning and noon. 2. High-dose multivitamins with B6, B12 and folic acid. B vitamins are widely believed to support nerve function and sharpen the brain, and they do, but only if you are truly deficient and take them in the right dose. The problem occurs when you take a multivitamin each morning, then add a memory booster that also contains B6 or B12, then a blood health supplement with folic acid. Total intake: you could be taking 3 to 5 times the recommended daily dose without even realizing it. Consequences: too much B6 can disrupt nerve signaling, causing a foggy feeling. Excess B12 can mask other deficiencies, leading to misleading test results. Too much folic acid may alter the function of small blood vessels, especially in the frontal and temporal lobes. Risk warning: poor sleep, mental fog, lack of focus, impaired brain blood flow regulation. Recommendation: only take B vitamins with lab confirmation or on doctor's advice. Prioritize natural food sources: leafy greens, eggs, yogurt, fish. If supplementing, choose low doses, take them on alternate days, and retest after 3 months. 3. High-dose fish oil. Omega-3 makes blood too thin. Fish oil is praised for many benefits: heart, eye, joints and brain health. But many people do not realize the safe dose for older adults is under 1,000 milligrams per day. However, many products on the market contain 1,200 to 2,000 milligrams per capsule, and some people take 2 capsules a day, especially if you are on blood pressure meds, aspirin or blood thinners. High-dose fish oil can overly thin your blood and reduce blood pressure to the brain at night. This can cause brief brain ischemia, risk warning dizziness when changing positions, morning lightheadedness, unexplained minor falls. Recommendation: check the actual dose of your fish oil. Avoid combining multiple products that contain omega-3. Prioritize eating fresh fish 2 to 3 times a week instead of taking long-term fish oil supplements. And perhaps the most important point is, one pill by itself may not be harmful, but combining several with similar effects can silently throw off your blood rhythm, and leave your brain undernourished in moments you never even notice. Next, I will walk you through 3 other common supplements older adults take, and why they seem harmless but may actually pose greater risks than a mistakenly prescribed medication. I once asked a 72-year-old gentleman during a routine follow-up, "Are you currently taking any supplements?" He answered immediately, with full confidence, "A lot, doctor. Iron pills, fish oil, brain boosters. I take them every day, never miss a dose." I asked, "Do you know how much you're taking?" He smiled, "No idea. I just take them because people say they're good." That answer didn't surprise me. I've heard it many times from other patients, and almost all of them shared these same 3 habits that seem harmless, but can quietly throw off the brain's circulation. 1. Taking multiple supplements at once without checking for overlap. Many older adults have this routine: 1 multivitamin, 1 iron or blood booster, 1 brain support pill, 1 fish oil capsule, all taken faithfully every morning. So what's the problem? All of these can contain overlapping ingredients like B6, B12, folic acid, omega-3, or ginkgo biloba, and when you stack them together, you could be getting 3 to 5 times more than your body actually needs. Risk: blood becomes too thin, brain blood pressure drops, blood vessels overdilate, deep areas in the brain receive less oxygen, brain gets irregular oxygen supply, leads to silent mini strokes. You never notice what to do. Check all the supplements you are currently taking, underlying ingredients that appear more than once. Keep just 1 main product, and pause the overlapping ones for a few days to see how your body responds to taking supplements every day for 6 months to a year without rechecking. I often ask patients, "When was your last blood test?" Some say 3 years ago, "Doctor. But I've been taking my pills daily, just like food." And that's the problem. You're putting something into your body every day, but you don't know if your body still needs it after age 60. Your body does not process vitamins like it did at 40. Absorption, metabolism, and elimination all change without regular checkups. You won't know if you're deficient, overloaded, or getting too much, and you won't catch early warning signs until dizziness, shaky hands, or fainting shows up. What to do: every 6 months, get a basic blood panel: B12, iron, liver and kidney function, cholesterol, blood pressure, and if you take more than 2 supplements, ask your family doctor if they are all necessary. 3. Taking advice from friends or ads instead of your own body. One elderly lady told me, "I take this one because my friend does. She's so healthy," but that lady started having dizziness, hand tremors, and poor sleep after just 2 weeks. Why? Because every body is different. Her friend may have had low iron or B12, but she didn't, and yet took the same dose. The result? One person got better, the other got worse. This is why using the right product, in the right dose, at the right time is more important than whether you take it at all. What to do: look closely at the products you're taking. If you bought them yourself without a blood test or doctor's advice, take a break for a few days and watch how your body responds. And you know what? Sometimes, doing nothing is the smartest thing to do. Not adding anything else until you truly know what your body needs is one of the best ways to protect your memory. Now, let me share 4 simple principles to help you use supplements safely after age 60. Nothing too complicated, nothing extreme, just a few small changes, and you may be able to keep your clarity much longer than you think. After learning about the hidden risks behind those health supplements that seem harmless, you might be asking yourself, "So what should I do now? Should I stop taking everything? Or can I keep taking them? But how do I do it right?" I always tell my older patients this: it's not the supplements that are wrong. And it's not your fault. It's just your body has changed, and now you need to change how you take them to match. Here are 4 simple principles that have helped many of my older patients keep their memory sharp, sleep better, and avoid mini strokes without having to quit all supplements entirely. One only takes supplements when there's a clear reason and only after blood tests. If you've never had a blood test, you don't really know what you're lacking. And if you don't know what's missing, taking extra is just a shot in the dark. For example, you take iron every day but your ferritin is already high, leads to inflammation. You take B12 because everyone does but you're already above normal, leads to sleep issues, fast heart rate. What to do? Get your blood checked every 6 months. If that's not possible, at least ask your doctor, do I really need this supplement? If there's no clear reason, pausing is the safest choice. To never take more than 2 supplements with similar effects at the same time. A common mistake looks like this: 1 multivitamin, 1 blood booster, 1 brain supplement. All of them contain B6, B12, folic acid, or omega-3. When these ingredients overlap, your body won't absorb more effectively. It'll just have to work harder to filter and remove the excess, putting extra strain on your liver, kidneys, and blood vessels. The consequences: blood gets over-managed, vessels overdilate, small areas in the brain lose circulation, increases the risk of dizziness, confusion, or even fainting. What to do? Choose one main product and check the ingredient list carefully. If you must take another, alternate days, never stack them. Always read the full label, not just the front, to know exactly what you're putting into your body. 3. Avoid taking supplements after 5 p.m. Many mild supplements like fish oil, ginkgo, or B vitamins can actually impact your blood pressure and brain circulation during the night. Why? At night, your metabolism slows down. Blood thinning or vessel dilating affects lower brain pressure while you sleep. This can lead to mini strokes that you'll only feel through shallow sleep, odd dreams, or morning fatigue. What to do? If you need to take something, do it in the morning or around lunch. Avoid any kind of brain or blood supplement after 5 p.m. unless your doctor clearly says it's necessary. 4. Reassess every 3 to 6 months even if you feel fine. One of the most common mistakes is, I feel great, so I'll just keep taking it. Why worry? But truth is, your body changes slowly and silently. The supplements that help today may not be right for you 6 months from now, and by the time symptoms appear, you may have already gone too far. What to do? Keep a note of what you're taking, when you started, and how much. Every 3 to 6 months, take a 1-week break and observe. If you feel lighter, sleep better, think more clearly, that's your body telling you it's time to adjust. And if you feel unsure, remember this: your body always sends you signals, you just have to be willing to listen. You don't need to take more, you just need to take them with understanding and pay attention, a little each day. Now, let me tell you a story about an elderly lady who used to take a brain booster every night for 2 years, but after one small change in her routine, she slept more deeply, spoke more clearly, and even remembered the name of her grandchild, a name she had forgotten. I want to share with you a story about Helen, a 73-year-old woman, graceful, thoughtful, living with her son in a quiet suburb just outside Minneapolis. Helen is someone who takes her health seriously. She used to work as a school secretary, so she still keeps detailed, neat notes about everything, including her daily supplements. When she came in for a checkup, she had no major complaints. She simply said, "Most mornings, my head feels foggy. I'm awake, but not fully alert. Sometimes when I step out of bed, I feel a little off balance, like I need to hold onto the wall. My sleep isn't what it used to be either. Lots of dreams. Some I remember, some I don't." Her son was worried. Helen just thought, maybe it's just aging. But what stood out to me was she had no serious medical conditions. Blood pressure, heart, blood sugar all within healthy ranges. No sleeping pills. No signs of depression. So I asked her, "Are you currently taking any supplements?" She pulled out a small sheet of paper from her wallet, carefully written, "Ginkgo biloba 240 mg, every night, 1 multivitamin, fish oil 1200 mg, every morning, 1 eye health capsule with added B12. I took a quiet breath. Nothing wrong with any of them. All reputable supplements. Commonly used. But taken together she was stacking 4 products that affect circulation and nervous system function. And more importantly, she had been taking ginkgo at night, every night, for 2 years straight. I asked, when did you start noticing the memory slips? She looked at her list. Then said softly, it became clear. Maybe a little over a year ago. I didn't tell her to stop everything. Instead, I suggested, stop the nighttime brain supplement, keep the fish oil, but take it every other day, reduce the multivitamin to every 2 days, add greens to every meal, eat fresh fish twice a week, take short morning walks, and avoid long daytime naps, track sleep quality and mental clarity each morning for 3 weeks. She wrote it all down. Didn't question it. Just asked me one thing, doctor, is this going to be dangerous? I smiled, no. What you're doing is helping your body breathe again. Nothing to be afraid of. 3 weeks later, she came back. Her eyes were brighter. Her steps were slower, but steady. She sat down and said, I've been sleeping again. No more strange dreams. And this morning, I remembered the name of my friend from 8th grade, a name I haven't been able to recall for over a year. I honestly couldn't believe that one small change brought my memory back. Her son was sitting beside her, quiet for a moment. Then he said, she's been smiling more. More at peace. Just the other day, she called my daughter by name without me having to prompt her. I simply replied, that's because your mother had the courage to pause at the right time. You know, sometimes it doesn't take much to protect our memory. Just stepping back, listening to our body, and adjusting the supplements we take every day. Often, what clouds your thinking isn't age, it's a so-called health pill you've been taking for too long without ever checking if it still fits your needs. If you've ever made one small change and felt better, clearer, more yourself, please share it under this video. Your story might just be the light someone else needs. And if you haven't made a change yet, maybe today is your moment to start. Up next, I'll walk you through 3 simple questions to help you check whether you're taking the wrong supplement or taking the right one in the wrong way. No lab tests. No doctor required. Just honesty with yourself. I know you've taken in a lot today. And maybe right now, you're wondering, am I taking my supplements the wrong way? Should I stop? Or am I actually doing just fine? Instead of saying more, I want to invite you to simply pause for one quiet moment. Let's do a quick self-check with just 3 simple questions. No machines. No diagnosis. Just honest observation, and a little truth with yourself. Question 1. Are you taking 2 or more supplements that do the same thing? Let's get specific. Do you take both a multivitamin and a brain supplement? Do you take fish oil and ginkgo on the same day? Are you using multiple pills that all contain B6, B12, or folic acid? If the answer is yes, there's a good chance you're overdosing without realizing it. The signs may be subtle: that foggy feeling in your head each morning, lightheadedness when standing up, tingling or numbness in your hands or feet, dream-filled, restless sleep, forgetting little things you usually remember. What to do? Look closely at the labels of every supplement you're taking. Underline ingredients that show up more than once. Pause one of them for a few days and watch how your body responds. Question 2. Have you been taking supplements every day for 6 months or more without checking in? A lot of people say, I've been taking this for years and I'm fine. But doing something for a long time without reevaluating can be risky. Why? Your body changes as you age. What worked 6 months ago may now be too much. Excess, if unnoticed, can slowly disrupt blood flow to your brain. Clues to watch for: feeling tired without a clear reason, mild, passing headaches, forgetting familiar names or details, waking up in the night without explanation. What to do? Stop 1 or 2 supplements for 3 to 5 days. Pay attention to how you sleep, how clear your mind feels, and how well you focus in the morning. Write down even the smallest changes. Question 3. Are you taking something just because someone else said it helped them? Maybe a friend told you, this helps with circulation. Maybe a relative ordered something from abroad. Or maybe a video ad made it sound like the perfect solution. But the truth is, no one pill works the same for everyone. Each person's body is different. Your liver and kidneys process things differently. Your blood pressure and heart react differently. Your brain circulation and daily rhythms are unique to you. What to do? Ask yourself, did I start this because someone recommended it? Do I really know if my body needs it? If you're unsure, take a short break and see how you feel. If you sleep better, feel clearer, or just lighter, that's a sign. And if you answered yes to 2 or even all 3 of these questions, don't panic. You don't need to throw everything out. You just need to make a few thoughtful changes. No rush. No pressure. Just a fresh start. Sometimes, you don't need to take more. Just taking one thing away and listening to your body can help your mind feel clearer, your sleep feel deeper, and your memories stay longer. If you've ever stopped taking something and noticed an improvement, please share your experience in the comments. Someone out there might be unsure, and your story might help guide them toward a better path. In the final part of this video, I'll bring everything together and offer you a quiet message from the heart of a doctor who truly cares. Don't let the thing you think is helping be the very thing that makes you forget who you are. I've seen many people walk into my clinic with that same look of confusion in their eyes. Doctor, I don't understand. I eat healthy, I walk every morning, I go to bed on time. But somehow, my mind feels dull. My memory isn't what it used to be. And after long conversations, something becomes very clear. They didn't do anything wrong. They simply trusted in something without ever checking back in with it. They took a brain-boosting pill every day, thinking it was protecting them. They took fish oil, iron supplements, multivitamins with love and care for their body. And that love was real. But love also needs understanding. Because without understanding, even something good can slowly lead us away from ourselves. Don't let the thing you believe is helping you be the very thing that causes you to forget a loved one's name, misplace your keys, or wake up each morning feeling like you're not fully awake. Don't let those daily pills become an invisible wall between you and the clarity, calm, and presence you once knew. You don't need to take more to be healthy. You just need to take less, but take it wisely. You don't need to remember every pill. You just need to remember this one truth: your body is always telling you what it needs if you're willing to listen. Look again at the pills you're taking. Not with fear but with curiosity. Because once you understand, you stop being led by others, and you begin to lead your own mind, your own sleep, and your own graceful aging. If someone you love comes to mind, someone you care deeply for, who's taking 4 or 5 different supplements every day without really knowing why, please share this video with them. That one simple act might just help preserve a part of their memory that's beginning to fade. And if you ever paused, made a change, and realized there was a better way, please share your journey in the comments. Don't keep to yourself a story that might light the way for someone else. I don't know where you are right now. But if you stayed with me until this moment, I know you truly care about your memory, your health, and your clarity of mind. So let me leave you with one last message from the heart of a doctor who has witnessed both recovery and loss. You deserve a clear mind, a deep night's rest, and a memory that stays intact. And you can begin again today with just one small change in how you take that one daily pill. Thank you for listening.